Good morning, I'm Maddie Jansen, and this is the podcast of 17 News at Sunrise. It's everything you need to know to start your day in about 15 minutes.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
Good morning. It is 5 a.m. on this Tuesday, April 28th. And yes, all the months I think are just kind of blending together right now. Is it March, April, May? Where are we? I don't know. All I know is that it is Tuesday.
It is Tuesday, Alex, and good to have you back with us this morning. I cannot believe we're almost at the end of April, and it'll soon be May. Also, it will soon be Mother's Day. Just a heads up to everyone out there. The month is certainly flying by. Let's check in with Kevin and check out what that forecast is going to look like for this last full week of April.
And soon we will be seeing triple digits as we usually do this time of year. But I wanted to show a picture. Take a look at this. Tony Moreno captured this poppy with a bee right in the cup. That is amazing to see. And we've been getting a lot of pictures of the poppies and the wildflowers all around Kern County. It's just beautiful this time of year. In the weather department, we are going to warm things up again today. Yesterday, though, wasn't bad. We hit that 84 that we were forecasting for Bakersfield. Again, normally this time of year, we should be right around 78 degrees. Our record at 98 set back in 2004. Let's take a look at our temperature right now. 62 degrees under a calm wind for you. And hour by hour for today, you will see temperatures in the lower 90s. Once again, you can see that steep climb. By 1 o'clock, we're already at 84 degrees. That's where our high was yesterday. And then Tehachapi, 50 degrees right now. West wind at 3 miles per hour. And you can see the winds are not a problem this morning. Nothing really to talk about in that in terms of that. Light breeze expected today. And you can see temperatures will rise into the mountains right near 83. So definitely a warm up for all of Kern County as we go throughout our Tuesday. I'll have much more in your weather coming up in just a little bit. First, back over to you.
All right. Thanks so much, Kev.
Now to the latest on the coronavirus numbers here in Kern County. Public health officials report another death to the coronavirus here locally, bringing the total to 5. As of yesterday, there are 837 cases in the county. That's 19 new cases since the previous day. Local health officials say 428 people have made full recoveries. More than 6,000 tests for COVID-19 have come back negative, although results are still pending for nearly 3,600 others. The area known as Bakersfield East, which includes Lamont and Arvin, it also has the most people in that region by over 100,000 people, has the most cases, 444.
And we could start seeing more specific details about where our local cases are. Public Health has only been reporting the locations of cases in broad regions and zip codes. Here's the map you'll see if you visit their website. Public Health said this was to follow healthcare privacy laws known as HIPAA. But as we've reported, other California counties break their cases down city by city. In an update yesterday, Public Health said the county worked with a law firm to get the help of experts to release more information.
We are optimistic that we will have legal support to release additional data by the end of this week.
Public Health says the new data will have more defined parameters than we have right now.
2 local doctors who say it's time to reopen the economy and lift the stay-at-home orders took their message to a national audience.
Now, 2 national physicians groups have condemned their comments, calling them reckless and dangerous.
This is how your immune system is built. You don't take a small child, put them in bubble wrap in a room and say, go have a healthy immune system. Something else is going on here. This is not about science, and it's not even about COVID. When they use the word safe, if you listen to the word safe, that's about controlling you.
Dr. Dan Erickson and Dr. Artin Masihi, the owners of Accelerated Urgent Care, held a news conference last week, which we carried live on our Facebook page. The video was later posted to YouTube, but 17 News has learned it has since been taken down by YouTube. The doctors appeared on the Ingram Angle on Fox News last night, where they defended their opinions that stay-at-home orders should be lifted.
We can relate to the American people. There's folks that are at home, they don't have a job, they've lost their source of income. There's increase in alcoholism, folks are depressed, suicides happening, people are struggling. And so we felt that we had to be an advocate for them.
And meantime, two national physicians groups came out strongly against the doctors yesterday. The statement reads, quote, "The American College of Emergency Physicians and the American Academy of Emergency Medicine jointly and emphatically condemned the recent opinions released by Dr. Daniel Erickson and Dr. Artin Masihi. These reckless and untested musings do not speak for medical societies and are inconsistent with current science and epidemiology regarding COVID-19. As owners of local urgent care clinics, it appears these two individuals are releasing biased, non-peer-reviewed data to advance their personal financial interests without regard to the public's health. COVID-19 misinformation is widespread and dangerous. Members of ACEP and AAEM are firsthand witnesses to that human toll that COVID-19 is taking on our communities. ACEP and AAEM strongly advise against using any statements of Drs. Erickson and Masihi as a basis for policy and decision-making.
17 News has made repeated calls to the doctors and their spokesperson for comment, but we have not heard back as of news time. Happening today, Governor Newsom will launch a new plan to help with economic recovery here in the state. This afternoon, the governor will launch the Economic Recovery and Reinvention Listening Tour. He will host a digital forum with workers, small businesses, and employers to see how they are dealing with the coronavirus. He will talk about how the retail sector is adapting in the weeks and months ahead and how the pandemic has changed the state's economy. Governor Newsom will be hosting several of these conversations over the next few weeks.
Governor Newsom says he's not happy about the images he's seen of crowded beaches in California over the weekend. A recent heat wave caused people to flock back to Ventura and Orange counties. Warnings were given out over the weekend. No citations or arrests, but the governor now warns local and state law enforcement will step up physical distancing and stay-at-home order enforcement. Vehicle access is shut down to all 300 state parks, while dozens of those parks are completely closed. A recent Kaiser Family Foundation poll finds most people seem to be split along political party lines when it comes to talking about the coronavirus pandemic. The poll found that more Democrats approve of stay-at-home orders, while more Republicans approve of steps to reopen the economy. That's the subject of today's 17 Interactive Feedback poll. We're asking, do you believe the conversation surrounding the coronavirus has turned political? Call or text us at 888-4617. Press 1 if you think it has become political, and 2 if not. Share your thoughts by text, tweet, email, or by commenting on Facebook. Once again, our interactive feedback phone line is 888-4617. We'll air some of your comments and have the first results coming up at 5:30.
In other news now, 4 days after Clinica Sierra Vista CEO Brian Harris resigned unexpectedly, the Bakersfield-based nonprofit network of Central Valley Medical Clinics has parted ways with 2 more top executives. Yesterday, Clinica Sierra spokesman Tim Callahan confirmed to 17 News that Chief Financial Officer Marco Horvat and Chief Compliance Officer Joseph Owens have left Clinica. The nonprofit declined further on saying it is a personnel matter. Stacy Ferreira, the organization's Chief Human Resources Officer, is serving as Clinica's interim CEO.
Meantime, right now, the Bakersfield Police Department needs your help finding a woman who hasn't been seen in 6 months. Here's a picture of Barbara Haynes, who was last seen in October of last year. BPD says every week it plans to highlight a missing person in which all leads have been exhausted. If you have any information on Barbara Haynes' whereabouts, please call police at 327-7111.
The California Highway Patrol says a semi-truck fire led to a massive hazmat response yesterday. Police say the truck was going eastbound on Highway 58 near Highway 184 when the driver noticed smoke coming from inside the trailer. The big rig was carrying 31,000 pounds of recycled lithium-ion batteries, which can explode and emit toxic smoke. The driver pulled over and immediately called 911. Both sides of Highway 58 were shut down for hours. Traffic was diverted off the highway and all businesses and homes within a half mile had to be evacuated. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. After authorities said it was safe, lanes were reopened and evacuation orders were lifted.
Happening today, Adventist Health Bakersfield is helping kids with vaccinations by offering free shots. There will be a mobile immunization clinic available from now until 2 this afternoon at the Adventist Health Bakersfield parking lot on Chester Avenue. You don't need an appointment, but you do need to bring your child's immunization card. Kids under 5 will be given priority. If you can't make it work today, don't worry. There's another one tomorrow and Thursday. We posted the details on our website, kget.com. Looking ahead to next week, you can get a special Cinco de Mayo lunch and help out a good cause at the same time. It's the last Give Big Kern event of the year. The Cinco de Mayo Drive-through and dine lunch is happening at the Mission at Kern County. It's next Tuesday, May 5th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Chef Lino's Grill is providing the food. You just drive up and grab lunch. It will be delivered directly to you in your car. It's one meal for $15 or two for $20. All proceeds will go toward much-needed supplies and equipment for the Mission's kitchen. 5:10 is your time now. Still ahead on 17 News at Sunrise. We're calling on you to unleash your love.
Yeah, this is a big event every year. What does this all mean for Kern County and how to help the local SPCA? Coming up after this. Welcome back. A local medical device manufacturer is donating surgical mask relievers. Townsend Design is stepping up to help first responders get PPE and make it more comfortable. Masks often cut and chafe faces if worn too long. Now the company is figuring out a way to get around that with devices that attach to masks to make them more comfortable to wear. These relievers are made with a 3D printer and they're reusable. About 400 will go to nurses and doctors in Bakersfield each week. The family that, Maddie, I'm going to have to send it back over to you.
All right, thanks so much, Alex. The time now is 5:20. And the family that plays together may recover together. That was the idea behind a giveaway at a local hospital. Bakersfield Behavioral Healthcare Hospital gave out free packets yesterday full of activities for kids and adults to keep them from going stir crazy. In fact, they ran out before we even got there. Director of Business Development Amber Smithson says they want to do this again.
We made about 150 packets or packages, and they were gone within about an hour. So we really want to be able to do this again. So we're going to try to do this in 2 weeks. And honestly, we would love to be able to reach out to our community.
Smithson says activities are important as a lot of people are feeling restless, anxious, and depressed because of the pandemic. She says anyone who wants to work with them can contact them through their website, bakersfieldbehavioral.com. The hospital is also open 24/7 for people who may be struggling with mental health or have concerns about addiction.
A high-flying show of support this week for healthcare workers. On Thursday, the California Aeronautical University will conduct a flyover in Bakersfield. It's happening at noon and 12:30. 5 aircrafts will fly in formation over several neighborhoods, shopping centers, and major medical facilities in town. The formation flight will be led by the Condor Squadron, a professional formation flying team made up of 4 World War II-era T-6 trainers. The flyover is meant to show thanks and solidarity as well as recognize the many people who have worked tirelessly to support the community during this pandemic. The Kern Dance Alliance is offering classes during quarantine. They're part of a new program called KDA Cares. The classes are happening online and they're free. People of all ages are welcome to join. KDA says it knows that dancing is good for the body and mind, and right now that's something most of us could definitely use to lift our spirits. The first class was yesterday, but you can sign up for those other classes on the KDA website. Pretty neat to see. Well, still to come this morning on Sunrise, a new business is coming to Bakersfield, having its grand opening as many other restaurants are closed down. What's on the menu at Angry Chicks and why you might have to sign a release form before you dig in.
KGET Business Watch is brought to you by Grapevine MSP Technology Services, the Valley's leading IT service provider.
Welcome back in your 17 Business Watch. A spicy chicken joint is getting ready for a grand opening here in Bakersfield. Angry Chicks will open May 22nd. The restaurant is moving into the Gosford Village Shopping Center in southwest Bakersfield. Besides the food, they're also offering giveaways and prizes. Their claim to fame is hot chicken with spiciness ranging from no heat to angry. And reportedly, you need to sign a waiver before ordering that one just because of how hot it is. Well, with the cost of protective masks rising in the wake of the COVID-19 outbreak, the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Office has come up with a plan to cut costs. They're recycling hundreds of N95 masks using a high-tech disinfectant process. The unit from Duke University vaporizes hydrogen peroxide, which is then blown into the air. The sheriff says N95s once sold for $3.75, and now they're selling for $12 a piece. So recycling masks will save county sheriffs, fire, and public health a great deal of money. Internet providers are trying to help their customers impacted by the coronavirus. Verizon, AT&T, and Comcast have extended their policies not to charge late fees or terminate service for people struggling to pay their monthly bills. The policy was originally in place through mid-May, but is now available through June. Customers have to make their case to their providers, explaining their struggles. T-Mobile, which also owns Sprint, has a similar offer that has been extended through June as well. JetBlue is set to become the first major U.S. airline to require passengers to wear face coverings. The airline says this move is about protecting everyone on board. Cabin air circulates and is cleaned through filters every few minutes. But JetBlue says planes are still shared spaces where everyone needs to be considerate. The new policy begins May 4th. Chevron and the Current Economic Development Foundation are teaming up to give a gift to people struggling during this time. Roughly 1,000 Chevron gas cards are being given to first responders, small business owners, and other people around Kern County. Those cards are worth $100 each. The goal is to alleviate some of the financial burden people are facing right now when they're out of work. Paying for a few tanks of gas is one way to make life a little easier. Those gas cards will be handed out to people over the next few weeks. Coming up in our next half hour on Sunrise, as some states begin to ease stay-at-home orders, one poll finds support for the guidelines increasingly has split down party lines. So is the conversation about the coronavirus turned political. We want to hear your thoughts.